Teen Championship as the Adele Boys defend against a team they've never faced before, the Wild Things. All right, we are back, and this is scheduled for one fall.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the undisputed male all-star rated R hardcore tag team championship. Introducing the challengers at a combined weight of 299 pounds, two-man power trip.
The Wild Things, ladies and gentlemen, from Dr. Seuss. The troublemakers of the locker room way back in the day have returned. Of course, they see themselves as being hardcore, so of course they're going to challenge the BA Tag Team Champions, who just wanted a challenge, and of course, lucky ducky them, they get the opportunity to challenge the champions. As we see Anthony the Hunter and Mason the Hammer Adele, the Adele Boys. It is now time for that match. Oof. Playing those psychological mind games. But people wonder, are they able to withstand the Wild Things? Thing 1 and thing 2. As we see the Tron in the background. Anthony.
Introducing the champions at a combined weight of 486 pounds. They are the undisputed male all-star rated R hardcore tag team champions.
That's a lot to say, just the Dream Masters PA Tag Team Championship. As the Bad Boys of Orlando, Florida take their ring. Getting ready to go up against a team they've never faced before in the Wild Things. I don't know how you would begin to have a strategy to take them on, but I do not think you see it. Tag team gold on the line. Mason and Anthony ready for action. That's a certain throwbacks to their early attire for this one. Anthony in 2022 won the Pan Games. Coming in top in the Pan Games. Of course, Mason had a equally impressive year in real life, but on this show they've had just as equal as icons on the show, as the Wild Things getting ready to take on a team they've, again, sometimes this is strange, trying to deal with unorthodoxness of a team can be hard. Mason and Anthony are very much proficient wrestlers and combat strikers and super athletes. The Wild Things are simply Wild Things, and look at that, just misses the moonsault there. Horrible ring presence by the Wild Things. And Anthony, he very well knows every inch of that ring already. Drops Wild Thing 1 across the top rope. It's going to be hard to kind of keep track of who's who here. Anthony in for the cover. It could have been early, but no, not so much for the all-time wrestling champion and Greco-Roman. And here comes the hammer. It is now hammer time, folks. And Wild Thing hasn't got up yet, but the hammer not wasting any time going to the high rent district. Oh, and a frog splash. Hammer picking up a new tool to the arsenal. Mason and all these young athletes always innovative in the ring, learning something new and adding new things to their arsenal. Getting a 1 count, though, on the challenger. That's something interesting. Mason drops a fist into the head of the Wild Thing. And now, overpowering him, running power slam by the Greco-Roman champion. All-star athlete, Mason the Hammer, across all sports, from American football to baseball, and of course, jiu-jitsu and Greco-Roman wrestling. Holds records in all, as the Wild Thing looking to get his tag team partner in there. Now we're going to see Thing 2 in there. And the Hammer sent to the corner by Thing 2. They look lost. And then Mason, with a team like the Adele Boys, you can't lose focus because they will make you pay for it. As Mason dropping the Thing across the top rope, and here comes Anthony back in. Quick tags by the tag team champions. We saw earlier that is a great idea and a solid team strategy. Oh, what a standing drop kick by the young man from Orlando, Florida. Getting caught over tie up, and the Thing strikes back. A lot of force behind those kicks. And the head scissor takedown, that'll even the score. You can imagine if they won over a head scissor takedown. That would be quite interesting after, theoretically, if this was a, oh my, we're going to springboard. Getting a whole 1 count for his troubles. Probably should have left that athleticism as the Circus Soleil. Now going to the high rent district again, and beautiful moonsault. Should mention title match rules are in place. And oh my goodness, what happened? As I said at the beginning of this contest, you really can't judge a team like the Wild Things, because how would you prepare for that? As the Adeles are supreme athletes when it comes to dealing with humans and master chessmen. What are you supposed to do when you have darkness that is one thing, does the Wild Things? Look at the Hammer dropping Thing 2 across the top. As Thing 1 just watches. Well, we know there's going to be a rematch on the 14th. It's already shaping up to be quite a show. As we're going to see these two lock it up again. And I thought one thing's for certain, the Adeles are not going to be happy. And the other part of that is, I wouldn't be so certain that next time these four meet in the ring, it'll be a much different outcome, as Wild Things, your new Dream Masters BA champions. We have held several titles change hands, and remember, folks, we still have our
U City emoji red heart. Free girls in U City emoji fire. Free girls in U City.
Main event coming up next.